Only 20 years ago, Batman was the laughingstock of Hollywood. He had gone from campy to dark and gothic to even darker and right back to brightly lit neon explosion camp. The critical and public flop that was Batman and Robin put Batman and all of his characters into a creative slum. No director wanted to go near the steaming pile of cinematic garbage that Batman had become. In the years following Batman and Robin, DC dropped off the map, releasing only a handful of animated movies. Scripts for Batman, Superman, Justice League, and other DC properties were written, but none of the projects ever got past the early stages of pre-production. It wasn't until Christopher Nolan stepped forward in early 2003 that the future of the Batman character was changed forever. Nolan had the vision to make people care about Bruce Wayne and Batman again. He aimed to create a dark, realistic image of Gotham City and focused less on flashy visuals and expensive special effects, directing his attention instead on the development of characters to make them feel more human. Batman Begins was released in June of 2005 to an extremely positive box office reception, grossing over $48 million in its first weekend. The incredible performances from the star-studded cast, the beautiful cinematography and storytelling of Nolan, the dark themes, and the new spin on an old character was the perfect mix, and left fans begging for more. 3 short years later, fans got the Batman movie that they deserved. The film kept everything that the first film did right, most of the original cast returning to reprise their roles, and built upon it in a significant way, with standout performances from the likes of Aaron Eckhart and Heath Ledger. Today, almost a decade later, The Dark Knight is still considered by many to be the best superhero film of all time. Today, I will be breaking down 2 key reasons as to why I believe The Dark Knight always has been and always will be untouchable as the best superhero film of all time. Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker. Ledger's Joker will forever be the definitive portrayal of the character, much as Robert Downey Jr. will forever be remembered as Iron Man. Ledger's posthumous Oscar was the result of an actor that was not playing a character. He himself had become the Joker. Many of the best scenes in the film involve Ledger improvising, and it is obvious as to why the film opens with a sequence of him and his crew robbing a bank, versus Batman doing something heroic. Ledger's chilling performance created a formidable opponent for the likes of Bale's Batman, and basically swapped places with him as the main character of the film. The story focuses entirely on the Joker, his actions, and their consequences. Everything all of the other characters do in the story furthers his master plan. This is why he is such a formidable foe and is the most memorable villain of all cinema from the last few decades. Its thematic differences. The Dark Knight falls into a category of films that is unlike any other. It defies the generic conventions set by films like Superman and Spider-Man, yet still presents itself as a superhero movie. Nolan clearly stated when he created The Dark Knight's world that he did not want it to be primarily a superhero series. He wanted it to be first and foremost a crime drama that just happened to include superheroes and villains as the main characters. The Dark Knight is unlike any superhero film, not simply because it is dark, but because it focuses more on the city in which the heroes and villains do battle. It puts the hero in the back seat while the Joker drives the story forward. It stands on its own without trying to establish or acknowledge a grander cinematic universe. It lives and breathes in political relevancy and grounds itself with an overlaying theme that sometimes the hero doesn't always come out on top, and that evil prevails over good more often than we might think. The Dark Knight, in my opinion, is flawless. Some parts of the Joker's master plan in the film are criticized as being too superfluous and for being far too convenient, but I look past these gripes and see them only as contingencies on the Joker's behalf. While researching for this essay, I watched The Dark Knight for the upteenth time and still found myself gripped by the cinematography, Ledger's performance as the Joker. I balanced on the edge of my seat as Joker romped around Gotham City giving Batman the business, and I was disappointed when the credits rolled that my all-time favorite film was over. Times have changed. I believe if The Dark Knight were to be released as a part of the DC Extended Universe, it would be criticized as too dark, too small in scale, and too loose with the characterization of Batman. But this is why it works. On its own, The Dark Knight is a self-contained, high-stakes redefinition of the Batman mythos. It will forever be one of the greatest films of all time. And as for being a superhero film, I believe that it is a different beast entirely. Thank you all for watching this second video essay. I definitely worked a lot harder on this one than I did on the first, and really enjoyed myself when writing the script for this and when researching for this video essay. I found myself excited to continue working on it, and am very excited to continue doing these kinds of things in the future. As for the new subscribers that have been waiting for a new video essay, I hope this is up to spec and this is kind of what you guys were looking for. If not, don't fret. I have a few more of these coming in the coming months, so stay tuned for those. And thank you all for watching. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.